Hello everyone. So welcome back to Skills for Chasers. So my name is Amit. So let's start with Power BI Chase 3. I hope before you start with this Chase 3, you have already seen the Chase 1 and Chase 2. If not, please go through that. For the better understanding of this session, the link is given in the description box below. So in this Chase 3, we are going to start off with the analysis of the e-commerce data. Now, while doing that analysis of that e-commerce data, we are going to explore the functionalities of Power BI, wherein we will discuss how we make some more charts. For example, how do we create a line chart? How do we create a map? We create tables. And then we will also be talking about how to play with the hierarchies. So there are two types of hierarchies that we get in Power BI. One is called as inbuilt hierarchies, and then we'll be talking about custom hierarchies. Now these hierarchies provide us the feature of working with the drill up, drill down feature in the Power BI. So let's get started. So before we start any of the things in the Power BI, first of all, we are going to understand what the data is all about. So everyone, please remember, whenever you learn data science or whenever you are doing any activities in data science, please make sure you spend good enough time to understand the data first. So over here, we have the data of an e-commerce company. So like, we all have ordered something, on Amazon, Flipkart, etc., etc. So when we order something on the e-commerce platform, so what happens over there is this is the kind of a data that is generated. So there is an order ID. So for any item that we purchase, so there is an order ID that is generated. On what date did we purchase that item? What was the shipping date, shipping mode, the customer details, right? Like customer ID, name of the customer, segment, from which country, city, and state that order was purchased, and what kind of product did the customer purchase in that. So we have the product ID, category, subcategory, product name, what was the sales value, how much quantity did he purchase, and we have the information regarding the profit. So now, if this data is given to us, now what do you think, what kind of analysis we can derive from here? So definitely we will like to do some time series analysis to understand how the sales happened over a period of time. We would like to understand what are the top selling products. We would like to understand how the different states and cities were doing in terms of sales and profit. So, with the help of that, the company will be able to understand in a better fashion that, okay, which are the products that they sell more. If the sales are going in a downward direction, what are the key strategic decisions they need to take in order to improve it, right? And if certain states are not doing well, the company can think of rolling out some offers, discount, promotions in those areas so that they can achieve higher sales and profit in those areas. So this is what we have as a data. So now what we will do is we will jump onto the Power BI and start exploring it. The first step over here will be to bring that data over here into the Power BI. So since this time we have the data in the form of an Excel file, so I'm going to click on Excel workbook. We'll go to the folder where the file is placed, and I'll pick that file, e-commerce data. So now in this Excel file, there are three sheets. One is orders, people, and returns. So right now we are just concerned on using the data of orders sheet. So if you click on this orders sheet, see if I click on that. So what Power BI will do, it's going to show you the preview of that data. So I can see preview of that data over here right now. And if you check this box over here, so this box that we have, you make sure that you just check this up. So when you check this up, that's when you will see a load button will be activated at the bottom. Now you simply have to click on load so that the data gets loaded into the Power BI interface. So I click on load, and now you will see the data will be loaded into the Power BI interface. So when I say loaded, it is like imported, right? So Power BI imports the data into its own interface where again the compression of the data happens. When the data is loaded, we will be able to see all the fields over here in the data field pane. So if I expand it, I will be able to see all the fields over here. The first analysis that we all are going to do over here is that would be to understand how the sales happened across the different subcategories of the business. For that, I'm going to pick up my chart, which is stacked column chart. So this is the chart that we are going to pick it up. So if I click on this chart, so the empty structure of this chart comes up. On the x-axis of this chart, I'm going to bring my field of subcategory. So I will drag subcategory on the x-axis. And I'm going to drag sales on the y-axis. So you will see the chart is created. Here I can see the sales has been generated highest by the phones subcategory and it is lowest for the fasteners. So if I bring it in the focus mode, so I can see that chart in a more clear view over here. Now see what happen is every subcategory belongs to a category. Like what is category subcategory? If I just take an example of Amazon. So for example, if you have to buy a smartphone. So what do we do is when we go on to this Amazon platform, so what we do is we select the category as electronics. See, electronic is the category and under electronics, there will be mobiles, washing machines, televisions, etc. Now these are subcategories. So right now I have subcategories on my visualization. So I would like to also understand every subcategory belongs to which category. So what shall I do? So we'll be putting category over here on the legend. So we have the option of legend. So I'm going to drag category on the legend. Now we can clearly identify which subcategories belong to which category. So orange ones are technology, light blue ones are furniture, and dark blue is office supplies. Now on this chart, what I will do is I will just do a very basic formatting as well. So if I go into the formatting of this chart, so for formatting, you just have to click on this, make sure the chart is selected. If I drag down, so I don't want to change any colors and all, I would just apply some data labels. Plus, if I go into the general, I'll go in the effects and I'll make sure that my visual border and my shadow effect is on. So you will see now the chart has got the border as well as the shadow effects. Now the second chart that we all are going to create over here is we are going to do a time series analysis. So now everyone, time series analysis is something which is very important because date is a field which is present in every data set. Whatever kind of data you will work with, date is something which will always be present for you. And now when you have the dates, right? So from any date, what we can do is we can extract different type of things. So from the date, we can extract year, we can extract quarter, we can extract month. So it's like a hierarchy that we can play around with when it comes to dates. And that's where what Power BI does for us is it creates the automatic hierarchies for us. So we will see that up in action. But before we start doing that, what do you think? What type of chart we will use for doing a time series analysis? So right, the answer will be a line chart. See, we all would have seen, a lot of reports during this COVID pandemic, right? So whenever we used to see how the cases are going up or how the cases are going down, we always used to have a line chart over there. So now make sure the chart is not selected. So we will choose the line chart from here. So this is where you will find your line chart. So if I click on this, a line chart structure will come up. And now over here on the x-axis, we have to drop order date. So when I take a look on the order date, you will notice there is a small arrow over here. So what does this small arrow identify? This small arrow is telling me that there is a hierarchy that Power BI has automatically generated for us. So if I click on this arrow, you will be able to see that. See, there is a date hierarchy that Power BI has automatically generated for us. So right now what I'll do is I'll simply drag order date on the x-axis. So you will see the hierarchy can be seen over here in the x-axis as well. Year, quarter, month, and day. Now if I scroll down, I'm going to put sales on the y-axis. So here in this file, we have the data of 4 years for this e-commerce company. And we can see how the sales have happened in 2014, 2015, 16, and 17. So what do I understand from here? So can I say that over the years, the sales for this company has increased, which is definitely a good thing for the company. Now, right now, by default, the chart has come up at a yearly level. Plus, you will see there are some options that are coming on top of the chart, which were actually not coming in the previous chart, and they were not there in any of the charts that we made in our Chase 2. So what are these options for? So we'll talk about all these options one by one. See the first option over here. This option is something which we use to expand all down one level in the hierarchy. What does that mean? If I will click on this, the chart will go from year to quarter level, right? So it has gone to the next level. If we can see this thing from the hierarchy, which is mentioned over here as well, it has gone from year to quarter level. So for every year, I can see that in 2014, quarter 1 sales, 2014, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. Same way, we have all the quarters for 2015 and 2016 as well and 2017. If I click on the same option again, the chart will go from quarter to month level. Now I can see all the months for all the years. So we can see all the months have popped up. If I click on it one more time, the chart will go to the day level. That is the lowest level. So we have gone from year to quarter to month to day. So that's how we have been moving down the hierarchies. If I want to level it up, so if I want to go back to my upper hierarchies, so I will be clicking over here on this icon. So if I click on this, so you will see the chart will drill up. See, it goes to month, quarter, and the day level. Now, talking about the next option over here. Now, this option over here, if you hover on it, this is like go to the next level in the hierarchy. So let's see what this option will do. If I click on this, the chart goes to the quarter level, but something is different. You will see I have quarter 1, quarter 2, 3, and 4. I have just got 4 points over here on this chart right now with this option. So what do I see? So now what Power BI is doing is it's showing me quarter 1 for all the years, quarter 2 for all the years, quarter 3 and quarter 4 for all the years. So basically every quarter has been aggregated for all the years. Similarly, if I'll click on this again, the chart will go to the month level where I will see January of all the years, February of all the years, and likewise all the 12 months aggregated for all the years together over here. Is this chart helpful for us? The answer is yes. See, this chart is basically used to see the seasonality in the business. So whenever we do any time series analysis, so what happens is there are two kind of things that we look out for. One is called as trend. Trend means that over the years, have my sales or profits, have they gone up or down? And second is seasonal effect, right? See, every business has some seasonality. Like for example, sale of cold drink is high in summers and low in winters. And likewise, the sale of blanket is high in winters, low in summers. So this chart can actually help the store understand that which are the months when the sale is at peak, which are the months when the sale is low, or which are the months when the sales are flat. So from here, I can see during these 3-4 months, the sales remains flat. So the store doesn't need to worry, right? That, okay, why my sales are going down this month? Because they already know that this is a seasonal pattern. So they can maintain their inventory plus their staff according to the sales that is going to happen during that month. So that is where this second option is used. So if I now drill it up, see the same option to drill up will be used. So I'll take this chart back to the year level. So now we have explored about the two options, these two. Now let's see what's the third option and the last option that we have over here. See, now this option is super interesting. Why? See, if you click on this, first of all, this option plays like on and off. So first of all, when the moment I click on it, my drill mode is on. Now, for example, if I feel that, sale in 2016 shooted up. So if I click on 2016, you will notice it gives me all the quarters of 2016. See, I clicked on 2016, shows me all the 4 quarters of 2016. So quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. So I can see that over the quarters, my sale was increasing in that year. If in that quarter also, I want to see how the things happened for the months. So now when I clicked on quarter 3, so it shows me all the months of quarter 3, right? July, August, September. Now, if I click on any month, for example, I click on August, it will show me day-wise analysis. So it is going to show me all the days over here. So now that's how with this option, I am now able to choose what period I want to see by just clicking on that. And again, if I click on drill up, this chart is going to take me to the topmost level. And please remember, always turn this feature off once you have used and done your analysis. So that's how time series analysis is done. And that's how you play with the inbuilt hierarchies with the drill up, drill down features provided by the Power BI. Now what I'll do is I'm going to click on the previous chart. I'll say format painter and we will apply the same formatting to this. So my 2 charts are ready. Now let's see the third analysis. So this time over here, everyone, we are going to make a chart which is a geographical analysis. So for that, we are going to create a map and we would like to understand how the sales happened across the different country, state, and cities. Now, if you see over here, when I use the word country, state, and cities, so do we see a hierarchy over here, right? So now this is like a custom hierarchy. Now this hierarchy Power BI cannot create by its own. So now we will see how we will build that thing right over here in Power BI. So first of all, we are going to click on the map visual. See, there are 2 types of maps. So first of all, we will talk about this particular map. So if I click on this map visual, see the map structure will come up. Now over here, you will see in the map, we don't have any axis like X or Y axis. You will see the option of location. So in the location, I'm going to drag country. Now, please remember everyone. So the people who would have installed the Power BI desktop for the very first time. So what happened is this map visual will not come up right away when you will drag the country into it. That is just because of the security settings. See, because what happened is map is an online feature. What do I mean by online feature? So when you drag some country, state or cities in the map, so what Power BI does, Power BI sends the data to the Microsoft Bing server to plot the map for you. So now basically, whatever location you are putting, data is going to the server, latitude and longitude of that are generated by the Power BI, and then the map is created. So technically data is going outside the Power BI. So many organizations feel, they don't want any of their data to go outside their premises. So that is why by default map feature comes as deactivated by Power BI. So how do you activate it? You will have to click on File, Options and Settings, and Options. So you will see a dialog box will come up. So over here, you have to click on Security. So when you click on Security, scroll down on this page and you will see there is an option of Map and Field Maps. So just make sure this box is checked. By default, it comes as unchecked. So once you will check this box, your Power BI is ready to create the map. Now you click on OK. Once you make that setting activate, just drag the country one more time. And then you will see your map will be loaded in case you got that error in the first go. So now in our data, we just have one country with us. So that's why I see United States. So now what I'll do is I'll pick up my state from here and I put it just below the country. See, the moment I put it right below the country, you will see a hierarchy is initiated and you will start seeing these options coming. So that's where my custom hierarchy is getting created. Below the state, I am going to put city. So now the chart goes to the city level. See, right now you will see nothing is changing on the chart because we know, like in the previous chart we saw, to play with the hierarchies, we have to use these options over here to drill up and drill down. So what I'll do now over here is I'm going to click on this option. So see, the chart will go from country to state level. If I click on it again, from state to city level. And if I drill it up, the chart will go back to state. So let's keep the chart till the state level over here. Now, if I drag down a little bit over here on this, I'm going to drag sales on the bubble size. See, in the map, you get the option of bubble size. So now this map is showing me bigger the bubble, higher the sales, smaller the bubble, lower the sales. So by looking at this chart, I can tell the sales have been higher in California, the sales have been high in New York, and if I talk about Washington, the sales were quite decent in the middle, but Montana, I can see the sales have been low since the bubble size is smaller over here. Now, if I go back, if I click on this formatting your map visual, you will see an option of map settings. And through this, you can apply different time. So through this, you can apply different types of themes as well. So let's make it and apply a dark theme. And see, this is how the map looks like. So we are just trying to make map look a little more interesting and good to see. So that's where my map visual has been created, and we have seen how we create our own custom hierarchies over here in the Power BI. Now, when it comes to custom hierarchy, see, one way of that was we have dragged country, then state, then city. But if you want to save that hierarchy, so in case, you have to use that hierarchy in multiple charts, so you can save that hierarchy as well. And how do we do that? See, if you right click on country, you will get an option of create hierarchy. So be very careful when you are making a hierarchy. You will have to choose the option in the correct order, because otherwise your chart will become wrong when you will play with the hierarchies. So I will say create hierarchy. See, a country hierarchy is created. I'll scroll down. I'll go on the state. I'll right click on the state and I will say add to hierarchy, country hierarchy. See, now the second level is defined. And then I'll go to city and I will right click, add to hierarchy, country hierarchy. Now the country hierarchy has country, state, and city, all the things. So the benefit of this country hierarchy is instead of dragging country, state, city one by one, now this time I can simply drag in the map country hierarchy and I will have all the things popping up for me. See, now if I drag it from country to state level, my job has become easier. So that's how you play with the custom hierarchies. Now the fourth chart that we will create over here is that's going to be a donut chart. See, donut chart is nothing. It's an alternate of a pie chart. So if you want to save some space, because this looks a little light on the screen, you can always go ahead with a donut chart. So I would like to show how the sales happened across the different segments. So I'll drag segment in the legend, sales in the values, and you will see your donut chart is ready. Right? So that's how this chart has been created. So let's apply the formatting as well. Format painter, I'll apply it on the map. Format painter on the donut chart as well. So this is what we will keep the things in the chase 3 over here, everyone. So please save this file, because in the next chase, we are going to continue on the same file and we are going to explore some more advanced features. So I hope you all enjoyed this chase 3 over here, this session over here. So please do attempt the quiz that you see right after this session gets closed, and please share your scores in the comment box and stay tuned for the next session. Thank you, everyone.